you think you know Staten Island, think again. From the historic attractions, amazing views, and of course the ferry, there's a lot more to this borough than meets the eye.
Yeah, and the person next to us is nodding, joining us this morning to show his love and appreciation for the place he calls home is one proud Staten Islander. Please welcome to this show, Jahteik Long. It's so nice to finally meet you.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm really happy to be here.
It's the infectious, the infectious joy emanating from this man.
Already like the energy.
It's Shaolin. You already have the shirt.
Always.
But you loved it before it got its moniker of Shaolin. So much so that you started in photography? How did that happen?
So I've always liked to take photos, and then in college I took a foot, like, started messing around with a camera, and I was just like, okay, this is great. And then the pandemic happened, I started taking more photos of Staten Island. It was like, because needed to take still lives,
Right, right.
Now you've got some of these photos on an exhibit. Is that in the Staten Island Museum? It's Yes and, is that what the exhibit's called?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
But are you, for you, did you ever think when you first started taking these pictures that they would be on display at a museum in an exhibit? Well, you did.
I hope so, yeah. Yeah, it was. I've exhibited a few times on Snug Harbor's campus at the New House for contemporary art. I curated a show there, and so I got to display my art before. But photography, that was the first time I've ever had like my photography up in a museum, like with Yes and. So I didn't really expect it, but I'm really grateful for it.
But what is it about Staten Island that you feel this needs to be expressed so loudly to the world, so to speak?
It's the underdog.
Yeah,
it's the underdog. Most people have never been to Staten Island, and but they really are hard on Staten Island. It has a lot of great culture, great food, the highest Sri Lankan population outside of Sri Lanka, highest Ethiopian population outside of Ethiopia, and it's beautiful. Like, it's a small town vibe. In New York City, we have wild turkeys. It's a problem.
to the degree it's a problem.
Yeah,
we have pigeons in Manhattan.
Yeah,
we have wild turkeys.
it's really unique, and it's beautiful, and the people deserve better representation. So I really shoot to
be that representative, because I was just going to say, I think even in film and in TV shows, you hear Staten Island is like the butt of jokes.
Yeah. Always.
For the whole of New York City. Doesn't have a good PR person, enter you.
We have a cheerleader.
Yeah, not only did you photograph this borough, but you're also a musician. How does that figure into your love of Staten Island and love of the arts?
Well, growing up, shout out to my mom over here. We grew up, I've been in Park Hill, grew up over there, and that's the same, community Wu-Tang is from. So, always being inspired by their significance, and just another form, different root, different branches of the same tree, Love to make music as, and how could I embrace that side of my creativity more, and the new project I've been working on is very different. I love to make hip hop, love to make house, and then I decided to just use the ukulele, and
because why not?
Yeah, why not? Yeah. I was like, I'm from the island. It's on it's an island-based instrument. What can happen?
Why not?
But you like to use art as a form of advocacy as well, which is really important. And there was a really cool quote. You said, knowing that I'm part of the community, but also knowing that I'm not above the community in which I serve.
For sure.
And that, I wish more politicians had that perspective.
Yeah, no kidding.
But no, seriously, how did you get so smart?
I don't know.
Well, it just comes natural.
I would say just spending time with different community stakeholders and really getting to know. I always say the scene, but there's always a scene behind, within any community, and getting to know the people. And shout out to Brooklyn College. I went there for a bit, and I've always been kind of book smart.
Yeah.
So but when it comes down to community work, it comes down to being intuitive. I feel like, being able to really listen to what people want and hearing them, but also kind of paying attention to the needs of the community and saying hey, I see that this is missing in our community. We could use this.
Right.
And being outspoken about it. Not enough people, I think, at times speak up about things that we face in our communities, and you need those people.
And you're a young man and a young voice, and you have a long future to do that. So we need more young people to get involved this way. So.
All right, I'm going to Staten Island on Saturday, let's say.
Yes.
Where am I going? What am I doing? First of all, how am I getting there? What's my first stop?
Go with an empty stomach, because it's great food.
Yes, go. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna gonna keep you by the ferry in this scenario.
Okay.
All right, so you take the Staten Island ferry.
Okay.
Hopefully get on a new one. We just got a new fleet.
Ooh.
You know. You can charge your phone on the ferry too, so you got enough juice.
Excellent.
And then I would say go to Craft House.
Okay.
They also have a brewery there. Craft House, Killsborough, they're actually expanding.
Look at you.
And then afterwards, I would go forward to Snug Harbor, of course. Actually, I would go to Hub 17. They always have local art shows.
Hub 17.
And Snug Harbor too. Run the gambit, Chinese Scholars Garden, the first authentic Scholars Garden built in the United States.
Wow.
My day is already full, and it's only like 5 o'clock.
And you
just
said
sent me
Saturday?
Saturday.
Sri Lankan food at Lackawanna. Buffet.
That surprised me, though. The
$15.
largest Sri Lankan population. and the price is right, too.
$15.
awesome.
Before we go, do
Yes.
you have your ukulele with us?
I do. This is
Ukulele will travel. Here we
This
go.
is Nebraska.
It's this is
The name?
All of my ukuleles are named after states.
Oh, okay.
this one is Nebraska, also a state that people often forget.
Yeah.
All right.
I've never been. I just think it's a nice name.
Makes
sense to me.
Thank you so
I will
much.
not argue.
Take it away.
Jahteik, yeah.
We'll
play us
tell the
out.
folks at home what more they can watch. Get after it, sir.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. You follow along on his journey, Jahteik's journey, on Instagram at Jahteik Long. That's Jahteik Long.